Hello, good evening, everyone. I haven't seen or I haven't been behind the lens in a very long time, and I miss you, I must admit. The first part of the live sessions have taught me a lot, from having vision board talk with the likes of Malemu to getting to know who Mahlatse Vocal is, and Equin DJ, as well as Kutisho Chogwe, the gentleman that does exceptionally well in terms of community development projects, and the Simone de Veggies, their journey on this concept of, what do I call it? This concept of growing your own vegetable in an organic way. And part of the reasons why I went on a hiatus is because ESCOM was such an inconvenience. It was going to be very illogical of me to try and have a competition with ESCOM with the whole load shedding schedule. But now that they're a bit relaxed, but also because my mind is working properly now a little bit, I think it's worth us coming back. It's worth us pressing the restart button and saying, let's continue the conversation. So tonight, my special guest, her name is Mulalo Nemataheni, and she is from, she says Muraga village in Thohoyandou. And I don't know what else to call Mulalo. Like, there's so many titles to her craft of work that I've just lost count of what else she hasn't done. And that speaks so much to the point I'm trying to drive across. The fact that you need to get your hands into, everything and anything, and you learn in the process instead of focusing on mastering one thing at a young age. It's better to put your feet in many places, because as you do that, there's a particular lesson that you're learning, and ultimately it's the one that's going to make you who you will be, who you will end up to be. 1930 on Thursdays belongs to us having chats like this, but today is an exceptional day. Mulalo is in Cape Town. She has been recently called on for interviews for this committee, this special committee in South Africa. And I just thought, Patung, this woman, do people know who she is? I always see her posting on Fridays about how it's Entrepreneurship Friday and people posting their businesses. And I realized that people don't actually know that. Let me try and see if she's not here so that I can add her. People don't know that having Mulalo in your contact details, you are actually having the plug you need because of the people that she is exposed to or she has direct contact with, who could end up being your thing, your clients or your customers. And it looks like we're gonna have network challenges, and this is something I wasn't looking forward to having in the second leg of the live sessions, but it's back again as well to prove itself that it can always be here. But that's besides the point. I'm hoping that things go according to plan. Like, I'm hoping for her to join. So oh, Mulalo, I love you already. She's not the plug. She's actually the main switch. Can you please get on join? I think go to your notifications and just join us from there so that we can start having this conversation. Yeah. She's she said it. She said it, and it's true, guys. Mulalo is actually, if Mulalo says to us in business, I'm putting you on load shedding. Trust me, your business will not go ahead if Mulalo switches off that plug, because this girl is literally, you know, the conversion of sales. It's here. Mulalo, please join us so that we can start having the conversation already. I know from my side that today my network has been twerking the whole day, but I'm trusting and hoping that it will not disappoint us. It will allow us to have a fantastic time. Other than that, as we are waiting for Mulalo, I'd like to know from some of you or all of you how your day has been and how your week has been. You can just throw in, especially if you're in business, what are some of the things that frustrate you? If you could just let us know, and then so that we can, get the conversation going already. I'm trying to add here Mulalo in the meanwhile, because she is my special guest. Yes, I don't know what's going on there. No, I don't have Akinadidaba, except to say to you, I've been dying and waiting to have a conversation with Mulalo, given the kind of impact she's already having on my business as well, or just my endeavors. And look who's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hi, Mulalo.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good. I was trying to join from my laptop, but it seems like it's impossible. So we'll just have to do that for myself.
Yeah. Okay. I think usually laptops are very difficult to work from, especially Facebook. I've tried several times to host people who were, connecting a laptop, and it just never worked. But that's besides the point. You have such a hectic schedule. Like, I always watch your statuses and go, does Mulalo ever have time to think? Does she ever have time to just go, okay, I'm now ready? How does your typical day look like? For instance, today, how did it go?
Today was not complicated. I'm in Joburg now, so there is a pre-conference workshop with the Literacy Association of South Africa.
Okay.
So we are learning how to write children's books in African languages. So my day has just been sitting in a workshop where we're learning about the generation of ideas and then writing your story, and then also thinking about this target reader that you are writing for. So it's been a good learning journey. And that's all I did today. I'm connecting with amazing people over lunch, and also sharing and engaging with people that I used to connect with virtually, but now finally meeting them in person. So that's how my day has been. But on a day-to-day basis, it's all about engaging with people and assisting them put together financial plans. And with that, there's always a challenge of Unolo holding on to critical information that we need in order to structure a financial plan. And now that everything is going well, now she's like, Ish, there's actually this thing. And you're like, guys, we should have addressed this in the start, put it as part of your plan, and see how everything goes. But it's chill. It's actually not complicated.
Yeah, you think it's not complicated. When we look at it, we go, heaven. But Mulalo, just to take you back, you say you guys are attending a workshop where you are learning about writing insurance books. Is that what you said?
Children's books in African languages.
Oh, children as in bana, as in bana. Oh, okay. I thought you said insurance. I was like, how you already moved that quick. Are you planning on writing a children's book?
So I'm planning on taking the financial literacy work that we do into a product. And the
Yeah.
starting point is on children's books, and then there's also the young adults, which are our primary target markets in terms of this financial literacy work. So those are the two areas that I'm starting with.
Yeah. Yeah. Just also to, now that we've got that out of the way, I think this is the question that I want to ask everyone that's coming on the live from now on. And that's the question of, how are you? Holistically, how are you? Today, in this moment, how are you?
I am fulfilled, if I can put it like that. Yeah, so for me, that is how I am
Yes.
today. And there is so much that is happening, but when you look at it all, you're just like, I am exactly where I need to be. So I'm happy, and I miss my husband, but I'm happy.
Where's your husband?
I am not giving a location. Next thing, this live session goes there. And this.
I'm sorry about All right. Mulalo, when people ask, of course, when they ask me, I'll just say, hey, Mulalo is this girl from Facebook. She always posts about this. She won this. She recently was nominated and even won the top young outstanding persons of 2022 JCI. She's currently, I'll say all of this, but there's obviously how you describe yourself, right? How would you introduce yourself by, including where you come from, the schools you went to, what you studied, and even whether or not you have a 9 to 5 or you're just in business plain?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. So as a way of introduction, I'm Mulalo Nemataheni, and I was born in Romondo village, and now I am staying at Muraga village in Thohoyandou, so that's about 20 km in Muraga Road. And the way that I introduce myself, I was actually looking up that so that I can just read it as this. It's my Okiri. So I read the book Professional Troublemaker by Lavia J. Jones in the beginning of this year. And I had to write my own personal praise. So I'm Mulalo Grace of House Nemataheni, first of her name, certified financial planner, boss lady of boldness, speaker of note, connector of nations, lover of life and books, smart black girl, king of the empowered woman kingdom. So that is me. So I'm now based in Muraga on a full-time basis. And currently I'm busy with my Master of Business Administration with my COSA. And I've got a postgraduate diploma in financial planning with Millpark Education. My undergraduate is a BCom financial accounting from the University of Cape Town. And I finished my matric in Mbiri Secondary School in 2008. So now you can do the calculation. So I just gave my age away. I am 31 years old. I am married, and I've got 10 years experience in the financial services industry, having worked in banks for the 8 years. And with that, I was in private banking, business banking, and financial planning. Currently, I run a financial advisory practice called Empower X Advisory Services. And I also run a book club, which is Empowered Women Book Club, which is a network of women who believe in their own strength. And it's all about empowering a woman and giving them the space that they need in order to shine and excel. I believe in the excellence of women. I believe in women empowerment. So that's in terms of education and qualifications. And when we come to different achievements or the highlights of my past week, I was interviewed in the Parliament on Thursday for the role of commissioner in the Commission of Gender Equality. So the Commission for Gender Equality, just think of your public protector, your auditor general, your human rights commission. Those are some of the Chapter 9 institutions as per the Constitution. So I'll be like Section 187 of the Constitution. So yeah, that is for the work that has to do with empowering a woman and also ensuring that we keep track of how we're doing in terms of transformation as a country and reporting that to other countries on a national and international level so that transformation and equality within the public sector, the private sector, and organizations. And yeah, so in terms of the achievements, I am one of the honorees for 2022 with the JCI South Africa. So I was honored in July in Durban, and I received an award for being one of the top 10 outstanding young persons in South Africa. And I also, what have I received? Oh, I spoke with the Global Financial Planning Conference in May, and the talk that I was focusing on was what I wish I knew at 17. So on that space, I was talking about financial planning as a career and also financial planning and financial literacy as practical tips that you can include in your finances. Going back to last year, there is the Financial Planning Institute of South Africa, which is our professional body. So I am a certified financial planner. Yeah, you know, professional bodies, 5.5 annual membership. But even with that, it's a community that recognizes or handles the certified financial planner designation. There's just over 200,000 people in the world that are certified financial planners. In South Africa, it's about 6,000 people. And when it comes down to the number of women, last I checked, it was less than 300 Black women that are certified financial planners in our country. And I happen to be one of them. And that is because dedication, the hard work, and also taking up space and ensuring that whatever we do, we become intentional. And even though I'm a professional, my practice is based for Muraga village, and I work with people in different communities. So last year, October, I was awarded with the Diversity and Inclusion Award, and that is recognition for the work that we do in terms of taking financial literacy education to the communities. We always open, we do sessions with the municipalities in terms of women empowerment and speaking and encouraging women. We were in the Tulamela Women's Forum launch, where we were providing support and also equipping empowering women when it comes to finances. And then there's also the NYDA CEDA. So we work with those stakeholders to ensure that the financial literacy work goes out to the people. We've done work with the universities in terms of financial literacy with the students, different organizations, different corporates that reach out, and we do financial wellness, financial literacy sessions. And lastly, I will speak about not lastly, there is the Mail and Guardian Top 200 Young South Africans. So that is the list. I made it to the list last year. So I'm part of the top 200 young South Africans recognized by Mail and Guardian. And because of that, there's so many doors that have been opened. Like I helped co-create the people management course. It's a third-year course with the University of Cape Town. So being in that space was just to say, yes, you are now. There's this project that we are working on and would like to invite you to be part of the co-creation process. So it was an opportunity for me to say, here are my brain cells. Let me give back. Let me make input in a course that teaches our students about the realities of leadership, the realities of being in the world of work, and also ensuring that whatever they are learning, they are able to apply it or see how it fits into the world of work. You remember some of the courses we did, but you're like, Yeah, I did business ethics when I was in first year, but you don't know how it links to the life that you're living today. So now we are taking this practical of it and giving to them. Lastly, co-author with the Africa 80. So there's a book that is to be launched with the Africa 80. This is an organization where contributors from 15 different African countries put together this book, and it covers different topics. And for me, I contributed on the topic of finance and just talking about how we can be able to get ourselves out of this. People believe in what they are told. If they say you are not a saving nation, you're not a reading nation, you believe it and you act like that. So for me, it's just to say we've got the power to do better. We can do this. We can win when it comes to money. So in brief, that is me. I didn't know how much time you were giving me, but I can go on. Yeah.
That's the thing about these live sessions. You can go for as long as you want to. Uh, just so that we have the correct information. Plus, you never get the opportunity to get anyone as, well, what's the word? Well, there's this word, man, not well-rounded, well-achieved. I think let's stick with well achieved. You never get the opportunity to get someone who's as well achieved as you, who tells you exactly who they are, what they are, and what they do. So for me, it's a plus. We got this opportunity. Mulalo, I have to take you back. You went to Mbilwi Secondary School.
Top learner 2008, top learner in Vembe District 96 in maths, 97 in science. Top learner in the province, geography. Yeah, so I was that girl, 2008.
And you kept it there, like you never dropped at any point.
At some point, one just thinks, okay, that was high school. Then you get to varsity, and then you're just like, oh, it's a different ball game altogether. I think it comes back to what I said about how when you're told something, it becomes your reality, and then you tend to live it. And for me, I would say one thing that changed my life in varsity was the very first test when they plugged the scores or the marks on the wall. At that point, they put your name, they put the mark. And when I passed that test, and then I saw other people didn't make it, more especially people of the race that I wasn't used to, that's when I realized that the sky is not the limit. There is more. I can do more. So that if I didn't see that when I was still starting, I would have thought, yes, I passed the test, but this is not my best. But because I saw that I could actually do more, I don't have to be limited by where I come from. I don't have to be limited by my skin color. So I've always been consistent. And also, even things that are supposed to be difficult, I'm just like, okay, we've got this, we've done this before, let's do this. I think laziness can be one of the things that keep us aside, but not lack of brain cells. As I indicated, I'm a smart black girl, and I'm owning it. I'm owning it.
I love that you admit. We always have a difficult time. I don't know if it's teaching Black girls or just any girl, I've noticed, accepting, or even boys sometimes, accepting that they are smart and saying it with their mouths to say, I am a smart person. Because there are people who live proudly as ignorant people, and it's sort of, it's okay, it's glorified. And so to have somebody saying it, I feel like I'm also saying it to myself at the same time. As you say, when you say I'm a smart Black girl, I go, yes, I am too, Mulalo, I don't know if I'm satisfied on that one, but I mean, you have so many things that I kept picking up and going, whoa, lo, who am I speaking to? The next minute I know you are talking about you being involved in people management, because content creation. I'm like, wait a minute. You're not just talking about any university here. You're talking about world-class University of Cape Town, where your brains contribute to what, or have contributed rather, to the formation of a course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's
My
so much
girl.
that we're doing.
Tell
And
me.
I feel like even after the interview on Thursday, I had so many people that were like, Mulalo, but you didn't say this, you didn't say that, you didn't tell them about this, you didn't tell them about that. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot. And when you are actually doing that, and if it's something that you enjoy, it doesn't feel like a lot. People can think you're doing that, but
Yeah.
when you've got the main goal or the bigger picture, you are going to be attracted, you are going to do
Yeah.
things that allow you to get to this bigger picture.
Yeah. And you know what? You're actually tying it nicely with the description for tonight's live. I said, you know, I said that when you see a young person being all over the place, this is something that people say to people who you find at an event, at this, getting an award. They say, hey, when are you all over the place? It's because they have a great story to tell. And I think you are proof to that. The fact that, you know, when we see you getting an award at this, getting this, or getting your hands on this, is because you do have a great story to tell, which is that from the village that you came from, you went and represented them on a global, you know, scale there at the University of Cape Town, but came back and reinvested back in your society. Tell me about your experience of forming a business, and ensure, especially it's in the finance services, forming that kind of a business, but forming it in the villages of Thohoyandou. How is it like?
Okay, so as I indicated, my career started in banking. So my first job was in private banking in KZN, and then I moved to Richards Bay for financial planning. And even with that, I came back to Polokwane, did business banking, private banking. And the realities or what I could see when I was in those spaces was that people dress up, they smile, but when you come sit in front of you, there is so much work that needs to be done. So I identified that gap and I could see that I've got the necessary skills, I've got the experience, and I just need to put something together that will allow me to be in an environment that will take this financial literacy education to our people. And for me, just like any other person who is in corporate, where it's very comfortable and you know that your next move it's already well calculated because the income stream is consistent. So I registered my business in 2018 in November, and the work that I was doing was more on assisting people register their businesses, have conversations around personal financial management. And I could see that this is growing to be something bigger. And I wanted that to be a space that I could play in, I could grow in. So for me, entrepreneurship is about ensuring that as I grow, other people grow. And this business then gave me that space or that environment. I remember on my resignation letter, it was on a Friday, I told them the truth that I would like a different environment. And it was up to me
Yeah.
to create that environment and what I would like it to look like. And it was in June 2020 when I sent through that resignation to say, I'm going. And I always say that
Yeah.
I'm that person where you jump off and then you realize I need a parachute and you start building it along the way. I wouldn't advise people to do that unless you are married and you've got a husband that buys you food. Um, yeah, so
Like
yeah,
you.
you plan your things. And with that, I I then realized that yes, I'm passionate about financial literacy, advising people, but Section 7 of the FASE Act would tell you clearly that you shouldn't give advice unless you're authorized or licensed, because advice is when you're providing a proposal, guidance, or recommendation in terms of financial matters. And with that, I realized that, okay, girl, you've got your RE5, it's a regulatory exam certificate, you need RE1 in order to be a key individual for this business that you are running. There's an echo. Is it from my side? So even with that, doing the license application, because I did the application for EmpowerX Advisory Services to be an authorized financial services provider. So I went through that journey when I was outside. And it was a very interesting journey because you get to learn in terms of how are the acts that regulates the financial services industry, and then what are the risk measures and frameworks that need to be in place to ensure that clients are protected, the business is protected. You learn about the importance of having professional indemnity, where there is a license every month. We are paying insurance to ensure that the advice that we give, we are well protected, so that if anything were to go wrong, then we'll be able to assist our clients to be where they need to be. So there is so many little things that comes with running a business. And what is important, what I always preach when everyone asks me about entrepreneurship, it's the word responsibility. So when you start a business, it's like giving birth to a person, and you need to take care of this thing that you're starting, because in order for it to grow, it needs your attention, and it needs your attention on a full-time basis. And as we do that, we get to see what are the needs, what do I need to do? Okay, I tried this, it's not working, what can I do? So for us, we got our license, and then with that came so many people saying, okay, we know how difficult it is to get a license, can we work with you? But when it's your baby, you want to protect it, because not everyone will come to you with good intentions. So it's also important to ensure that that level of responsibility extends to protecting what you're building. So our journey in entrepreneurship has always been pitching our business at a state where we want it to be or where we see it. I know there's people that think EmpowerX has offices for some 10, but EmpowerX is operating from Muraga village. They think EmpowerX has 100 employees, but EmpowerX has 3 people that are working in that business. And it is amazing to have walked this journey, to also get assistance and mentorship from different people that have been in business. I'd also like to mention my partner, Dr. Mtikita, who is my business mentor as well. Just him being in business for the past 10 years and running his own business, and me being able to learn from this journey, and Giga Koki for mentorship. So those are the picks. And also, I would like to mention my colleague, Dipo. Dipo also has a postgraduate diploma in financial planning, and she is working this journey with us to say, hey, we are qualified, uh, uh, we've got qualifications that allow us to be in all the spaces. We get poached every now and then. There's people that are saying, come and do this here, but you choose to stay within the village, to say, let us do this, let us improve here where we are. And then she understands the vision. So we know, I was chatting to her this afternoon, getting when we open our next office in Sekokune. So with Empower, the next move is not going to Joburg. the next move from Muraga village, we are going to Hamloi in Sekhukhune, because we are starting within our communities and ensuring that our people are well off before we can expand and take over the world. So that's me for now. But the journey has been fulfilling as well. We always raise our hands when there's something. Also part of the startups that were part of the MLab Startup Accelerator program. And with that, they've assisted us so much. We're currently building an app. So we're on a prototype stage, and soon we're going to be sharing the links, and people are going to be having financial literacy in their pockets. And it is so good to be able to say you can do your budgeting, you can calculate your net worth, you can learn about financial literacy education, you can also chat with your financial planner in this platform. So there's a lot that is happening, but when you've got people there saying, let's do this, we understand what this means for our people, then it becomes easy to go to those spaces.
Sure. Which then leads me to my question of collaboration. Why I wanted to ask you the question on collaboration is because every Friday, you call it the Entrepreneurship Friday or something, right? Where people with businesses can, under that post, they can post the type of businesses that they have. And that's because you are taking advantage of the, is it even taking advantage? You are leveraging on the pool of people or people in your network that business people are actually going to expose themselves to, should they post their businesses under that. Am I correct? What have you learned about collaboration that you wish any person that is starting a business or that is in business today, whether young or whatever age they are in, they need to know about collaborating?
Thank you very much for that particular question. And to talk about Entrepreneurship Friday, this is something that was born out of the need to engage and connect with other entrepreneurs. And when I applied myself for creating spaces for collaboration, I call myself a connector of nations when it comes to my introduction. And there's also other people that say, oh, the plug. And one day somebody mentioned it, that this is not the plug, this is the main switch, because she can make things happen. And actually, if you want that person, if you need that, she can easily get it. I think for me, it spoke to me finding my voice and using my voice. And there's people that find their voices that never use them. So it's going a step further to say, yes, I can knock, but am I just going to knock and wait, or am I going to knock and then get in? So with that,
you're preaching.
I started sharing opportunities because I realized there's a lot of support that is being provided when it comes to entrepreneurs. And with COVID, there was a lot of entrepreneurial development programs, and I would see these things, I would apply, but there was just so much. And I'm like, more people could be benefiting from this. So I would just share these things on my wall. And as an entrepreneur, I'm like, I am a person that is building a business and a brand for myself. And this is clouding my brand. And I decided, okay, let me create this group and call it Let's Connect. I'll show opportunities. People will also be able to connect with other people. And started a Facebook group that was like a year ago. And currently we've got about 2,400 members in that group. And it's a closed group. I know if you want to grow the numbers, we can just change the settings, we can have people share these things. And I'm like, those that need to be in that space will find that space. And also the
Yeah.
aspect of making it a safe space, because there are people that take advantage of other people. So we're trying to limit the risk of that. Also have a WhatsApp group as well. So we have, or I have then changed the name from Let's Connect to Let's Connect with Mulalo Nemataheni, but the groups are simply Mulalo Nemataheni, because yeah, you need to know where the main switch is. But anyway, back to your question around collaboration, I would say it is important for people to say what they want. I know one of my weaknesses has to do with patience, and I know I need people that will deal with that aspect that needs my patience. Now I'm like, I don't want to be engaging with someone and then they don't know what it is that they want. So I have people that they
Oh.
will do that work that is to be done. And then for me, I'm like, okay, how do I move you from where you are to where you want to be? What are the stakeholders that we need? What is the action plan that we need to take? What are the things that you need to be doing today so that you can get to where we are going tomorrow? And that is the point where I need to meet people at. So at times I get a bit frustrated when I get a lot of people that reach out to say, yes, I'm looking for a job. I've had somebody um, giving me your number saying that you can be able to assist. And I'm like, what type of job are you looking for? And they say any type of job. That's when I noted this person is not ready to be in my space, because Bunala should be able to say, I want a job. And get to, okay, what type of job? And then she says this one. Or she gives me a list of like 3 jobs that she wants. And then I'm like, okay, which companies? And then she tells me, I want to work for this company or this company or this company.
Hmm. I like this. Is the network, what's going on? I think the network, anyway. We're still enjoying ourselves, and Mulalo was now like dishing up on the real stuff here. What happened? Oh my word! It looks like the network did as the usual. But let me just go through your comments quickly and see. Oh, Shatari is here. Deflom is selling. Oh, that was Mulalo saying, I'm not a plug, I'm the lazy. Yes, you are, girl. Hi, 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 Marani. Hi, Bulatelo. Thank you so much. Thank you, Philanda. Philanda is the guy that delivered pizza at King Monada's house recently. He has his own pizza. It's called Kota House Yamotung. Yes, he has his pizza and Kota business. They actually look very nice. I'm gonna visit him soon. And then Deflo says, evening, if I may ask just to get clarity, are we basically engaging in any type of business or there's a specific business type conversation? I didn't get the formal introduction. Oh, so I was just saying to those that have businesses that, you could just share with us how you're doing in your business particularly. So it doesn't have to be any kind of a business. That's what it was about. Let me see if I can get Murado, because I think this part of the conversation is what we've been waiting for. How to approach that person in your context who is the plug and getting to the point. Like, for instance, say you have a cousin who does tenders and is friends with somebody at a company that you're looking to get a job at, and you've seen them getting a job for another person before. So even you want, and I know some may say I'm promoting corruption, but really I'm not. I have a friend of mine who's in the media space. He runs a YouTube channel that does brilliantly well. And I always ask him, do you have this kind of a person? And he always says to me, Bonolo, it's about who you know. Life is about who you know. and what you know, and it's not about what you know. So we really need to stick around for this conversation. Let me call back Mulalo and see if we can get her back so that we can already close in on the conversation. And from there, we can say our goodbyes. Oh, guys, it looks like the network did us dirty. But that's not a problem. I think, oh, I think she's back. Let me try and add her again. Yes, you're back. Oh my gosh, the network. And hey, what's up? But anyway, you had driven your point across at the time, talking about how in collaboration, it's very important to also, when you are approaching someone, approach them with a clear what you want from them, right? Don't just and I mean, it's something that I struggle with a lot in my Facebook DMs. There are people that come to me and say, "Hi, Bonolo, I have a CD." And then what? What must I do with your CD? Hi, Bonolo, I've released new music. Hi, Bonolo, I want an interview. Please.
It's not them, it's your patience.
But at the same time, I do encourage people reaching out to people, because we not that we are busy, but I need to know why I need to go look and search for you and see what you do. I need to know why. You can't just say hi and then there's another person who said to me, I'm very rude because I asked them what they were looking for, and I'm like, no, I'm not rude. I'm asking you what you're looking for. Like, I may not be the person you're looking for, So yeah, that's the conversation. But Mulalo, I want us now to come to the closing of this conversation. And I'm actually very happy that you mentioned you giving a talk at, I just forgot what you said, the Global
Financial Planning Conference.
Where you were talking about what I wish I knew at 17.
Yes.
That's the one. So if you were to close it down for us today on this conversation by just highlighting on exactly what you covered at that talk, what you wish you knew at 17 today, and also perhaps, I mean, yeah, let's just stick to that one of what did you wish you knew when you were 17, when you were still top student there by Mbili Secondary School? Before you did you go by plane or did you go on the bus to UCT the first time you went there?
By bus. With 2 huge suitcases. One with everything that I need and the blankets and everything. Yeah, I think that's the other aspect of having someone who is there already, because my best friend had his older brother there studying, so it wasn't so foreign because we knew we've got a bigger brother that is going to show us the ropes, and that's why we need to get more of our people to study. Because even now, when I was in Cape Town on Friday, I went to the University of Cape Town. I met with my younger brother who was also studying there. But me sharing about my journey when I was there made his experience or his journey now relatable. There's someone that he knows that has been through all this and adjusting from high school to varsity. So we need our people there so that others can see that it is possible. the talk,
and also the adjustment from
yeah, it's a different world altogether. But I also want to commend the universities for the work that they do, because even computer, we've got computer the course that you study when you're first year, so that you at least are in the level where you are able to use all the resources that are available. And also the community they build by smaller tutorial groups where you're able to engage with other people and share about the challenges that you're facing with your studies in a safer space instead of a lecture hall with so many people. And yeah, I would say when it comes to my talk around what I wish I knew at 17, we'll also share the link on the comments, but it's available on YouTube, the whole 10 minutes talk. But I was sharing around the importance of information, getting to know that there's actually more options available, because some people, they only want to be either a doctor or they want to be a chartered accountant because that is all they know, that's all they've been exposed to. You get sick, you go to the doctor, but you don't dream further because you haven't been to other spaces or exposed to other careers. And I gave a challenge, which I want to also give to everyone that is going to be listening to this session, to say, you know, a 17-year-old. At that point, people no longer ask you what you want to be when you grow up, but that is the point where you need to be engaging with them. Have a conversation with the 17-year-old. Tell them about what you do on a day-to-day basis so that they know. Even parents, go and talk to your kids about what you do. They just know you wake up and go to work, but they don't know what you do. What does your work entail? What is even the title? So that they know what other things are there and what options are available. And I also talk about financial planning as a career, to say there is this profession where the person is put at the center, your goals, your objectives, your current financial status, the financial status you want to attain, and also an understanding and information on the different products that are available. I have challenges where people want to come and implement without analyzing or sharing about what are their aspirations, what are their goals, and then we use that information to be able to put or structure a financial plan for them. Bunolo will just come and say, Mulalo, I want 1 million life cover, do quotations. Nangiti Bunolo, with your information, you're going to pay 142 Rand for a life cover, yeah, 2 million. And when you're like, okay, let's sign up, it's fine. And then without identifying what is the need, why are we having this 2 million life cover, what are you going to do with it, what are your aspirations, how does all these things fit in? And that is the challenge that I'm facing in business. And later on you find out, okay, there's more information that could have helped us make a better decision. So yeah, that is that.
in a
Yes, the talk is
in a
available
nutshell.
on YouTube, so we'll share the link.
You know, I think I've come to the end of all of my questions that I have for you. But also I'm quite excited. Every year, Mulalo, I listen to, you know, at the beginning of the year in Limpopo, we listen to the results, they being announced and all of that. I probably had your name in 2008 because that's when I was like, yo, I want to go to Mbili Secondary School so badly. And there was a point in my life where I was just like, yo, I want to attend this school. And today you are like the stamp, like you just stamped on that, you know, that love that I had back then for your school, because, you know, I've always asked myself, but what happens to these brilliant students from Mbili Secondary School? Where are they now? What are they doing? Hello. Hello. We have found them. We have found you guys, and it's actually heartwarming to see that you're doing this brilliant work that you do. Sometimes, you know, as smart people, we always want to contribute so much to the private sector that we forget about even work that involves the general public, the communities that we come from. So for that, I say big ups. Keep up the good work. You're doing exceptionally well, Mulalo. And if there's any person that you should know is in your fan base, it's me. And I'm hoping though that next time I'll be able to engage with Dr. What's his surname again?
Mutikita.
Your husband. Mutikit. Did he also go to Mbiru Secondary School?
No. He went to Thase Secondary.
Okay.
But he'll tell you about his journey.
Okay.
But I just wanted to stress in terms of entrepreneurship, to say, yes, we're doing Entrepreneurship Friday. And I just want to invite the entrepreneurs. Now we're starting in a 10-minute talk, 8 a.m. on Fridays. And that is just to walk the journey, share the challenges, be real with each other. And we'll also invite people that will come and share about necessary information, and talks with people that have experiences in supply chain, people that will share around tendering, people that will share around the different compliance bodies like your CIPC or CIBD. So those people are saying we are keen to give the information to the entrepreneurs. So we are building something bigger, something that will assist us to ensure that this journey becomes doable, this journey becomes rewarding. But there's a lot that that is happening, and a topic for another day.
Yes, I like that. And I wish that the businesses that are here or those that are going to watch later on could really take advantage of this, because sometimes we carry loads alone when we shouldn't be. And these are the kind of spaces that we should be, going into, at least exposing ourselves to. What's this? What platforms do we go through to connect with Business Friday? I think it's here on Facebook,
Yes,
right?
It's here on Facebook. And also have a Facebook group called Mulalo Nemataheni, CFP. So with that, we also share a post where people can advertise their businesses. We also have a WhatsApp group, but I'm available as long as people reach out. I most prefer WhatsApp on 083-261-0700. And I'm available. I always say I'm a useful resource, so people must use me.
Sure. That's a fact. That's on period. Mulalo, I just had the most fulfilling night ever. I'll probably interview you again after other accolades and achievements, but just up to this point where you are 31 with the kind of the number, I will repeat it for you. I will share it with you, Potero. So what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
You were saying we'll do interviews in the future. Now I will log the next
definitely.
one. I want one that will be talking about Empowered Women Book Club, and I will share with you about the amazing work that we are doing as a global book club for women. I'm going to be speaking at the Literacy Association of South Africa annual conference, and this is the conference where professors are coming to come and talk on that, and I'll be sharing about Empowered Women Book Club. So it's going to be amazing. So I'm putting my name out there to say, when you select people, mine should be selected.
Yes. Hopefully the right ears are hearing me. My ears, it has already sunk in my ears. We will, I'll text you and tell you when again I'd like to have you. But you know what, for tonight, let me thank you so much, number one, for honoring the invitation, but also to wish you well for your endeavors. I know that you are currently, are you still in Cape Town?
No, I'm in Joburg for the Litasa conference.
Oh, it's in Joburg. Oh, okay. Yes. To many other things that you're doing, I'm wishing you well. and go ahead and have yourself a beautiful evening. Thank you so much for your time. We were truly honored and privileged.
Thank you.
There we go. Bye.